Loneliness isn't just an emotional state anymore. It's a business model. Social media companies have discovered something terrifyingly brilliant. They can make billions by selling the very thing they create. Isolation. Every minute you spend feeling alone is a minute someone is making money. Think about that. These platforms aren't just passive spaces. They're sophisticated machines designed to extract value from your emotional vulnerability. Your loneliness is their most profitable product. Let's talk about how they do it. The entire business model is built on keeping you scrolling, clicking, and consuming. Each feature is carefully engineered to trigger a specific psychological response. Infinite scrolling? That's designed to be as addictive as a slot machine. Recommendation algorithms? They're not about showing you what you want. They're about showing you what will keep you looking longer. Personal data has become the most valuable currency of our time. Every like, every comment, every moment you spend on these platforms is carefully tracked and monetized. You're not the customer. You're the product. Companies collect incredibly intimate details about your life, your preferences, your vulnerabilities. They know more about you than your closest friends, and they're selling that information to the highest bidder. The attention economy is brutal. Social media platforms compete for every single second of your time. They employ teams of psychologists and engineers whose sole job is to make their platform more addictive. Push notifications are designed to create a sense of urgency. Features are built to trigger small dopamine hits that keep you coming back. It's psychological warfare, and most of us are losing. Consider the economic scale. Facebook made $117.9 billion in 2022, primarily from advertising. That's $117.9 billion built on your attention, your data, your moments of loneliness. They've created a system where your isolation is literally their revenue stream. The more disconnected you feel, the more time you spend online, the more money they make. The most insidious part is how these platforms create artificial needs. They don't just show you content, they shape your desires. Feeling inadequate? Here's an ad for a product that promises to fix that. Lonely? Here are influencers living the life you think you want. Every scroll is a carefully designed journey to make you feel both dissatisfied and hopeful, creating a perfect loop of consumption. Mental health has become a commodity. Anxiety, depression, loneliness. These aren't just personal experiences anymore, they're market opportunities. Social media platforms have discovered they can monetize your emotional pain more effectively than any previous medium in human history. Your most vulnerable moments are literally being sold to advertisers. The productivity of loneliness goes beyond just social media companies. Entire industries have sprung up to solve the very problems these platforms create. Self-help, apps, mental health services, dating platforms, they all profit from the isolation that social media generates. It's a perfect closed loop. Create the problem, sell the solution, repeat. We're talking about a system that has turned human connection into a transactional experience. Friendship is now a metric. Happiness is now a product. Your most intimate moments are now content to be consumed, analyzed, and monetized. Every genuine emotion is being transformed into data points. Every human experience reduced to an algorithm. The most terrifying part? Most people don't even realize they're caught in this machine. We've been slowly conditioned to accept this as normal. Our loneliness isn't a bug in the system, it's a feature, and business has never been better. Breaking free isn't about deleting every app or throwing away your phone. It's about reclaiming your humanity in a world designed to turn you into a passive consumer of connection. The first step is awareness. Understanding how these platforms manipulate you is your most powerful weapon. Every time you pick up your phone, ask yourself, am I using this, or is it using me? Are these interactions adding value to my life, or are they just filling empty space? Boundaries are crucial. Social media doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing game. Start with small, intentional changes. Set specific times for social media use. Create phone-free zones in your home. Turn off notifications that interrupt your real life. These aren't just tech tricks. They're acts of rebellion against a system designed to steal your attention. Real connection requires effort. It means putting down your phone and showing up for people in real life. Call a friend instead of texting. Meet for coffee instead of liking their posts. Have conversations that go deeper than surface-level comments. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the foundation of genuine human connection. Learn to be comfortable with boredom. Social media fills every empty moment with mindless scrolling. But those quiet moments are where creativity happens, where self-reflection occurs, where you actually get to know yourself. The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself, and you can't build that through a screen. Curate your digital environment like you'd curate your real-life relationships. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad about yourself. Block people who drain your energy. Your social media feed should inspire you, not make you feel inadequate. It should expand your world, not make you feel smaller. Reconnect with old-school forms of connection. Write a letter, have a long phone call, plan a dinner with friends where phones are banned, join a local club or community group, volunteer. These aren't nostalgic suggestions, they're radical acts of human connection in a world that wants to keep you isolated. Develop a critical eye towards the content you consume. Ask yourself, who benefits from this? What emotion is this trying to trigger? Why am I seeing this right now? Social media wants you to react. Instead, choose to respond thoughtfully. Mental health isn't a destination, it's a practice. Meditation, journaling, therapy, exercise. These are tools of resistance. They help you build a sense of self that doesn't depend on external validation. Your worth isn't determined by likes, comments, or followers. Technology isn't the enemy. Connection isn't the problem. The issue is how we've been taught to use these tools. Social media can be a powerful tool for genuine connection, but only if we're intentional about how we use it. It's about being the driver, not the passenger. The most revolutionary act in a world designed to keep you disconnected is to truly connect. Not through a screen, but through your full, messy, imperfect human presence. To show up, to be seen, to listen, to care. This isn't about going backward, it's about moving forward differently. We have more technological power to connect than ever before, but technology is just a tool. The magic happens when we remember that behind every profile, every post, every notification, there's a human being, a real person, waiting to be truly seen. We've uncovered something profound. Social media isn't just a technology problem, it's a human problem. A problem of connection, of meaning, of understanding who we are in a world that constantly tries to tell us who we should be. This isn't about vilifying technology. It's about reclaiming our humanity. We're the first generation navigating a world where our most intimate connections can be reduced to a screen, where our deepest emotions can be monetized, where loneliness has become a business model. But here's the truth that gives me hope. We have a choice. Every single time we pick up our phone, we decide, will we be passive consumers of connection or active creators of meaningful relationships? Will we let algorithms define our worth, or will we define ourselves? The most powerful rebellion is presence. It's showing up. It's putting down the phone and looking someone in the eye. It's having conversations that go beyond likes and comments. It's understanding that real connection isn't about how many people see you. It's about how deeply you're willing to be seen. Social media promised to connect the world. Instead, it's disconnected us from ourselves. But we're not victims. We're the architects of our own experience. We can use these tools, but we don't have to let them use us. This isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of a different way of being. A way that honors our need for genuine connection. A way that recognizes technology as a tool, not a replacement for human experience. Your life is happening right now. Not in the notifications, not in the scrolling, not in the carefully curated moments, but in the breath you're taking, in the person sitting next to you, in the world that exists beyond the screen. Choose connection. Choose yourself. The most radical act in a world of digital noise is to be fully, unapologetically human. Imagine scrolling through your phone right now surrounded by hundreds of friends, yet feeling completely alone. This is the great illusion of our time. Social media promised to connect us, to bring the world closer together, but something went terribly wrong. Every notification, every like, every comment seems designed to keep you hooked, but never truly satisfied. It's like being offered fast food for your emotions, quick, empty, and never really filling the hunger inside. We've become masters of creating perfect online personas, carefully curating our lives into highlight reels that nobody could possibly live up to. Think about the last time you spent hours scrolling. How did you feel afterward? Energized? Inspired? Probably not. More likely you felt drained, anxious, or oddly empty. This isn't an accident. Social media platforms are engineered with one primary goal: to keep you looking, clicking, and consuming, no matter the cost to your mental well-being. The numbers are shocking. Research shows that people who spend more time on social media are 2.7 times more likely to develop depression. Young adults who use social media for more than 2 hours daily are twice as likely to report feelings of social isolation. It's a paradox that cuts to the heart of our digital age. We're more connected than ever, yet lonelier than ever before. Consider how these platforms work. They're not really social networks. They're attention extraction machines. Every single feature is designed to trigger a psychological response. The infinite scroll? That's based on the same principle as slot machines, creating a dopamine-driven loop that keeps you searching for the next hit of connection. The endless stream of curated content is carefully designed to make you feel both engaged and inadequate at the same time. The most dangerous part isn't just the time we waste. It's how these platforms reshape our understanding of connection. Friendship has been reduced to a button press. Empathy has been replaced by emojis. Deep conversations have been squeezed into character limits and fleeting stories. We're creating a world where quantity has completely overtaken quality. This isn't just about technology. It's about how technology is changing what it means to be human. Social media doesn't just reflect our loneliness, it actively creates it. It offers the illusion of connection, while systematically breaking down our ability to form genuine, meaningful relationships. We're becoming experts at broadcasting our lives, but complete novices at truly connecting. The bitter irony? These platforms claim to bring us together, but they're precisely what's pulling us apart. They've turned human connection into a product, something to be measured in likes, shares, and follower counts. But real connection can't be counted. It can't be algorithmically generated. It can only be felt in those rare moments when we put down our phones and truly see each other. What happens when we let social media completely reshape how we connect? The stakes are higher than most people realize. We're not just talking about wasted time or hurt feelings. We're talking about a fundamental destruction of human relationships. Imagine a world where genuine friendship becomes impossible, where every interaction is transactional, measured by likes and comments, where people are valued not for who they are, but for how they perform online. This isn't a distant dystopia. It's happening right now. The human brain isn't built for the kind of constant, shallow interaction that social media demands. Our mental health is paying the price. Anxiety rates have skyrocketed. Depression among young people has become an epidemic. In the United States alone, rates of depression have increased by 63% among adolescents since 2013, the same year Instagram launched and social media began its total takeover of our lives. But it goes deeper than individual mental health. We're witnessing the systematic breakdown of community. People used to build connections through shared experiences, face-to-face conversations, mutual understanding. Now, we've replaced deep bonds with surface-level interactions. A comment becomes a substitute for a conversation. A like replaces a hug. We're creating a generation that knows how to broadcast, but has forgotten how to truly listen. The economic impact is just as devastating. Loneliness isn't just a personal problem, it's a massive societal cost. Studies estimate that loneliness costs the U.S. economy $406 billion annually in healthcare, reduced productivity, and social services. Lonely employees are less engaged, less productive, and more likely to quit their jobs. Lonely individuals are more likely to experience health problems, from increased risk of heart disease to weakened immune systems. Social media companies have discovered something horrifying. Loneliness is profitable. The more isolated we become, the more time we spend seeking connection through their platforms. Our pain is their business model. They've created a system that simultaneously creates and exploits our deepest human need for connection. Think about how social media has changed our most fundamental relationships. Families sit together, but everyone's looking at their phones. Couples go on dates, but spend more time curating the perfect Instagram story than actually talking to each other. Friendships are reduced to occasional likes and comments. We're becoming experts at performing connection, but complete novices at experiencing it. The most terrifying part? Most people don't even realize it's happening. We've been slowly boiled, like frogs, gradually accepting a new normal where genuine human connection is replaced by a digital simulacrum. We're trading real relationships for the illusion of relationships, and we're doing it willingly, one scroll at a time. This isn't just about losing something. This is about what we become when we lose the ability to truly connect. We're not just risking our mental health or our relationships. We're risking our fundamental humanity. The question isn't just what social media is doing to us. The question is, what are we letting it do to us? Connection has become a battlefield, and social media is the weapon. We've been sold a beautiful lie, that more digital interactions mean more meaningful relationships. But the truth is far more brutal. Let's break down how social media turns connection into a hollow performance. Every post is a carefully crafted persona. Every story a highlight reel designed to generate maximum engagement. We're not sharing our lives anymore. We're marketing them. Each photo, each update becomes a product carefully packaged to attract likes, comments, and validation. The algorithm is the real puppet master. It doesn't care about your genuine connections. It cares about keeping you scrolling. Think about how your feed works. You'll see content designed to trigger an emotional response, something that makes you angry, jealous, or momentarily excited. These platforms have become masters of emotional manipulation. They know exactly how to keep you hooked, how to make you feel both connected and isolated at the same time. Consider the math of modern friendship. The average person has 338 friends on Facebook, but studies show we can only maintain meaningful relationships with about 15 people. Most of these online connections are nothing more than digital ghosts. People we once knew or think we know, but have no real connection with. It's friendship as a numbers game, where quantity has completely replaced quality. The dopamine trap is real. Every notification is a tiny hit of pleasure. A like, a comment, a share. Each one releases a small burst of feel-good chemicals in your brain. It's exactly like a gambling addiction, but instead of slot machines, we're addicted to social validation. These platforms are designed by some of the world's most brilliant psychologists and engineers, and their sole purpose is to keep you engaged, no matter the cost to your mental health. Watch how people behave in real life now. At a dinner, everyone's looking down at their phones. During a concert, people are more concerned with recording the moment than experiencing it. We've become so obsessed with proving we're having a good time that we've stopped actually having a good time. Social media has turned us into performers, constantly staging our lives for an invisible audience. The most insidious part is how these platforms create a false sense of connection. You might know everything about an acquaintance's vacation or new job, but you know nothing about their actual life. We mistake information for intimacy. We confuse knowing about someone with knowing someone. Real connection requires vulnerability, time, and genuine effort, none of which fit into a 280-character tweet or a 15-second story. Comparison is the silent killer. Every scroll becomes a painful exercise in measuring your life against carefully curated highlight reels. Nobody posts their failures, their struggles, their real moments of doubt. Instead, we're bombarded with perfect bodies, dream vacations, ideal relationships. It's a constant reminder of how we don't measure up, creating a perpetual state of inadequacy. The most tragic irony? These platforms promise to bring us closer but are precisely what's driving us apart. We're more connected, and yet more lonely than ever before. We have hundreds of digital friends but fewer real conversations. We can reach anyone instantly, but we've forgotten how to truly reach out. Connection isn't about the number of people you can reach. It's about the depth of those reaches. It's about being seen, truly seen, not the filtered, perfect version of yourself, but the real, messy, complicated human being underneath. And that's exactly what social media prevents us from experiencing.